Alright guys, this one's going to be Juno Review today, this one's going to be Juno Review for the Walking Dead universe, and another video for the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. We're going to be talking about some massive news that just came out yesterday from Romain Levi, the actor that plays Caudron in The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, and why they may have just teased a potential death. So, I am kind of surprised that this one has come out in the way that it has. A lot of people have been sharing these clips around. A lot of people have been talking about this, and I had to get on here and talk about this immediately because Daryl Dixon is wrapping up filming soon. However, they are not done filming right now. They are still filming Season 4 of Daryl Dixon as we speak. However, yesterday was the last day of filming for Romain Levi, the guy that plays Caudron. So you can put the pieces together pretty easily. I'm surprised the actor was allowed to come out and say this, honestly. Now, obviously, are they filming things out of order? Yes, definitely possible. That is a possibility to kind of look at. They could be filming out of order, so maybe they filmed it to a point where Caudron does survive Daryl Dixon Season 4, but, that's all there is, Also, the idea that maybe Caudron doesn't go back with them to America, maybe he stays back, and now later this week and early next week, they're going to be back in America to film. That could also be what's going on. We don't know. So that could be kind of what they're doing. Maybe Caudron stays back. Maybe he doesn't go with them to America, but he does end up surviving. That I would be kind of just like, it would be anticlimactic for me because admittedly I think Caudron going back with them would be a little bit more preferable. But obviously, if that's his hometown and he wants to stay there and he wants to do his own thing, then, I get that. So maybe he stays back with them. That's a possibility, and that's why his character's wrapped up before filming for Season 4 ends and comes to a conclusion. Or the more obvious approach is that Caudron dies at one point here in the, last batch of episodes. Which, honestly, I could see going down. And I could see this happening. Honestly, here's the thing with Caudron. I am not expecting him to survive, and I don't think you guys should either. I'm telling you right now, you're setting yourselves up for disappointment if you expect him to survive. And I'm just being real about that. Because The Walking Dead spin-off shows, the sequel shows Dead City, Ones Who Live, and Daryl Dixon, especially The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. They have a allergy to letting the new characters live. That's the unfortunate thing. They are allergic to letting these characters live. They kill the characters just as they're getting interesting, and Caudron has been dead as hell, in my opinion, from the moment that he came back. Honestly, I just don't think that Caudron is going to live. I do think Caudron will die, saving them while they then flee back to America. I can see it coming from a mile away, honestly. I do think that it was his last day of filming a few days ago, or yesterday, because he does go down. He does, in fact, die, which, give him a good death, and I will somewhat get behind it. I will never fully get behind it, though, because I feel like his character should, go on, especially because you already killed Isabel, and at that point, you're killing off every character from that France storyline, which is kind of weird. Now, I know that there is Laurent, but who gives a shit about Laurent, Like, an actual character that, is prominent there all the time. If you weren't going to have that with Isabel, you should have at least had that with Caudron, and it sounds like, at least it seems like, they're probably going to kill him off. So I'm preparing myself for it so that I don't lose it when they kill him off, because Caudron is a really interesting character, and Romain Levi is a massive fan of the show, you know what I mean? And you can tell the actor is happy that he was just even on the show to begin with, whether or not he's killed off or not. But I'm going to still stay by my prediction. I think they kill him off. I definitely think they kill him off. And that will serve as, the final sacrifice before they go back to America. Now, obviously, my big prediction now and my big kind of wonder is like, okay, if he's dead or if they leave without him, are we going to start hearing about Norman filming in other places, maybe closer to America now, as they wrap up the series? That would be nice, but at the same time, you never know. You never know what they're going to do. Are they going to go back to the Commonwealth, and are they going to film there, you know what I mean, for the final few days of filming? Is there going to be some kind of information that comes out about them going back there? Because we know that the set of the Commonwealth that was built for the show is still actively set up, you know what I mean? So I don't know if maybe that'll be used for the series finale of Daryl Dixon. It would be nice if it would, because we all know who would be there, you know what I mean? We all know who would be at the Commonwealth. So, I don't know. it's a gamble, y'all. It's a gamble for sure. I hope we hear something. I really do. I hope we hear something about them filming back there again. But at the same time, it's hard to tell. But we know this. Daryl Dixon is not done filming season 4, and they won't be until about near the holidays. But Caudron is done. So there could be hope for our characters to go back to America. That's the most important thing of all this. I like Caudron's character, but whether he lives or dies, it doesn't change the fact that the most exciting thing for me is seeing if they go back to America in filming. Because if they go back to America in filming, and if I hear word about some big actors returning, then we are definitely going to discuss that. But they could also keep it behind closed doors. But unfortunately, The Walking Dead is not very good at keeping a secret on who is filming on what day. I mean, like I said, realistically, they should not have let Romaine Levi made that statement. They should not have. They should have made that a secret, because now we know that, okay, going forward in the rest of the filming, Caudron is not involved, which means he's probably not involved in majority of that final episode. You know what I mean? So it's all that kind of, mixed together. So we'll have to see in terms of what happens. All I do know here is that Caudron, I believe, is dead. I think that continues my theory on his character's fate, and that is kind of where I'm at with, predictions on where he's going to go. So that's my thoughts on all that stuff. Let me know where you guys all kind of stand on Caudron. Do you think this is, them kind of almost confirming that he's dead? Do you think that's what they want us to think? Do you think that his character will just kind of stay in, Spain, or go back to France, and then our characters will move on to America without him? Do you think they go back to America? Do you think the show doesn't end in America? I mean, there's so many different things that could happen here. Season 4 is endless in possibilities. I'll say that. Which I'm very interested in seeing where it kind of goes from here. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Scum, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist. Beat world gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight. Seen every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.